This is Jacqueline Fernandez. Watch out for my shot. Hi, this is Jacqueline Fernandez. Watch out for my shot. 2015. I am coming on Dabboo Ratnani's calendar, so be prepared. Yeah, my first Dabboo Ratnani calendar. Mwah! 2015. I love you, and I love you, Dabboo, for putting me in your calendar for 2015. This is really going to be a very, very special year for me, and a great way to start the year too. So today we did a shot that was, if I had to describe it, it's probably a naughty one. Had lots of cardio, lots of jumping, and it also did involve a towel. So it was really fun. I've never done a shoot like this before. The first time I've actually, I think, gone on bed for a shoot, and I have told Dabboo this, that he's the first man to get me in bed for a shoot. But it was really fun. This is the first time I'm shooting for Dabboo Ratnani for his calendar, and I'm really excited. It's the it was even more fun because his kids were around and keeping me company and keeping me entertained. But it's like I was saying, it's very exciting for me because this is the first time I'm appearing in a Bollywood calendar, and that too of Dabboo Ratnani. So I've always wanted to be featured on it, and looks like 2015 will be my lucky year. And the shoot was really fun. You know, me and Dabboo actually discussed different concepts, and I think we zeroed in on one that was very similar to my personality, which was fun and free and wild, and that's exactly what we've chosen. And it's cute, it's kind of flirty, and that's exactly how I want my first shot to be on a Dabboo Ratnani calendar.
With Jacqueline, it was great fun working. This is the first time Jacqueline's featuring in my calendar, and it was great fun. I think she's got amazing energy. She's got great she really put in a lot of effort in the picture. She gave it 100% every single time. There was a lot of cardio to be done in that picture. There was a lot of jumping and jumping jacks and mad things we made her do, but on a bed in a towel. So watch out for this one.